We dropped points, ladies and gentlemen. We dropped points today. We dropped points. Sorry, guys. My mic is not ready. Oh, my God. I'm so frustrated. I am so frustrated. So frustrated. Roberto Firmino, out of all people, the man has scored 11 goals. Fuming. Now, I have a level of calmness, but I am still somewhat frustrated. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear. People in the comment section, let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but I am so frustrated. I'm so disappointed. I am so upset at the opportunity missed. Was that 2 points gained or was that was that 2 points dropped or 1 point gained? Let me know, guys. Let me know. Chin up, says Herb Jean. Big up, bro. I hear you saying big up. Shut up. Kieran Hall in the house saying a draw at Anfield, a loss to Etihad is now balling if Man City win the league because of it. Bro, I don't know what to feel. Oh my days, this team. I know. No slander, top spot. We'll put another winning streak together and just at the right time. I agree. It's not over. The title race is not over unless Man City go above us. Stop this weak mentality. I agree. Comedy clips. Big up comedy clips in the chat. My guy Saracen saying, we hear you, bro. Thank you. And I just want to let everyone know. Big up to Aaron Ramsdale. This is a guy who, when he got signed for Arsenal, people said Leno's better than him. People were upset that we signed him from Sheffield United for the price that we bought him for. Today, he could have potentially saved us the league title. He potentially could have won us the league title. I personally view this game as 1 point gained rather than 1 point dropped. Because, yes, we were 2-0 up and we capitulated and conceded, but we could have easily lost. And in the same breath, we could have easily won it in the final minutes of the game. Do you guys forget that Bukayo Saka, if Martinelli made the right pass to Bukayo Saka, he was one-on-one against Alisson. I know Alisson's a really good goalkeeper one-on-one, but let me know what you guys think. Also, don't forget to hit that goddamn like button. If you've gotten past this far, 3 minutes and 31 seconds, and you haven't hit the like button yet, come on, support the channel. Let's get us over 100 likes. As my boy Terry says, the algorithm is not your friend and it doesn't support you. You make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell while you're at it, right? Big up to the people who are saying we can hear you. Let's get into the game. Because there's a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. There's so much to talk about. The first half was I felt like the first half was a game in its own. I felt like the first half was literally 2 different games to the second half. The first half, I felt like we dominated them. We absolutely bossed them. I felt like when we were up 2-0, that the league was done. We were going to win it. It's over. We're going to win it. That's what I was thinking. I was celebrating. We're going to win the league. I was celebrating. I was going crazy. But now, I need to calm down. I wasn't disrespectful. I wasn't cocky. I was just confident. I was confident that the team would perform well. And we did. We did perform well. I thought the plan was going to work. The plan did work until Mo Salah scored his goal. The moment that situation happened between Xhaka and Thing, the game changed. They were all over us in the second half, 100%. Pablo in the house saying, look at what happens. I agree. It happens. Is the panel's open show? Yes, I will add a panel halfway through the show when I'm doing the player ratings. The first half hour, I'm going to do by myself. I'll add a panel. If you want, I'll put a link in so you guys can start gathering in the panel as the show progresses, okay? But I'll add you guys later in the show, not right away. Okay? Let me know if you guys can. Let me know, guys, if you guys want to jump on. The link is in the description. Let me know what you guys think about the title race. Is it over? Is it not over? Let me know what you guys think. I genuinely want to know what everybody thinks. Let's begin. First things first. We got to view the game in a grand scheme what took place after the aftermath of the game. As you guys can see here, the game ended 2. As you guys can see here, the game ended 2-2. The grand scheme of the game, how it went, the running order. First momentous moment of the game. Obviously, we had a couple chances, but then Liverpool had a couple chances to begin with, but then we got into the game. We scored our goal in the 8th minute. Gabriel Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli's goal, ladies and gentlemen, is the first goal Liverpool conceded at Anfield this calendar season. Liverpool haven't conceded a goal in Anfield this calendar season. Martinelli scores that goal. It's the first goal Liverpool concede this calendar season. I have to emphasize that again. Do you understand how massive that is? When Martinelli scored his goal, he's also now scored 7 in his last 10 games. He scored 7 goals in his last 10 games. Martinelli's on fire, ladies and gentlemen. Martinelli is on fire. He's inferno. He literally is carrying the squad for large portions of this season. And also, what he's been doing away from home has been impressive. What he has been doing away from home this season has been impressive. Majority of his goals come from away from home. Amazing. What a start to the game. What a start. Controlling the possession, absolutely dominating, pushing the ball. The title race is still on, still in hands. Ramsdale man of the match. Ramsdale saved us. Would love to come on the show. My thoughts. Yep, you can definitely come on. Just you'll be backstage. I'm not going to add everyone until I've gone through my running order of the game. Why was Zinchenko crying when he got substituted? I don't know. I'm so deflated. You know what? Some of us can be deflated. I love you, bro. Great game. Thanks, my guy Qasim in the house. Wait, how many goals did Real Madrid score at Anfield? That is in 2023. No, I'm talking about in the Premier League, my friend. In the Premier League, they did not concede a goal in the Premier League. Now, just so you guys know, our record when we score first, we are 31 games, 28 wins. Now we have 3 draws. We have not lost in any game since 2022 January when we've gone up. Okay? Now moving on from Martinelli. Big up Martinelli with the goal. Anyone who criticizes Martinelli for the final ball, just stop. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. It's not his fault, right? Granted, Xhaka was doing his thing. Everyone was doing his thing, right? But let's get on to Jesus, because Jesus made it 2. When Jesus made it 2 and we got a 2-goal lead, I thought from there the game was done. The game was done. I thought the game was done. I thought we won. I said to myself, the league is in our hands. We're going to win it. 8 points clear. 2 goals up at Liverpool and Anfield. Everything is going our way. We look like the much better team. We are in control. We have all the momentum. We can't lose from here. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. And it wasn't at the fault of Jesus or any of these guys. It just seems like the moment we got the 2-goal lead, there was an incident that took place. A big incident took place. And that incident changed the game and the momentum of the game for everybody. That incident was the little argument or scuffle between Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson. The little argument / scuffle that happened between Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson made the game a lot more complicated for us. Okay? And the reason why I did that is because those 2 guys, when they got into each other's faces, it lit a fire under the Liverpool fans. It lit a fire under them. And you know what happened from there? They started to go crazy. They scored a goal. They went in. Mo Salah came back, scored a goal. Bang. Liverpool, halftime, we're 2-1 up, if I'm not mistaken. Halftime, we're 2-1 up, and I'm saying to myself, I'm disappointed. I was disappointed because I felt like we had much control of that game, and we let it slip in the final minutes. It was disappointing. It was so disappointing. Egal, unfamiliar, read comments. Egal, read unfriendly comments as well. Yeah, you know what? I read unfriendly comments also. Love you, gal brother. We want Arsenal to win the league. Facts. Uh, yeah, Cavior let us down. I didn't like what I seen from him today. Yeah, you know what? He got put in the deep end. Honestly, I had exact same mindset. We need to bounce back from that defeat, and yeah, that was it. By the way, just to let you guys know, halftime there was an incident that happened. There was an incident that took place. There was an incident that took place with Robertson and the actual referee. The referee actually brushed Robertson. But you know what? May not give a shit about Robertson. May not care about Robertson. I don't really care about Robertson. Let's now get into the penalty. Before we add everybody in and we start talking about things, we're going to quickly finish off the second half. The penalty. Was this a penalty, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know. Do you believe that this was a penalty? Because I don't believe that VAR would have overturned this. I don't think this is a penalty. On certain referees wouldn't give this. Certain referees would give it. Some people will say Stonewall, some people will say it's not. My opinion on this is that Rob Holding made a slight miscalculation on where the player was. The player then slowed down, bumped into him. Subsequently, they gave a penalty. On any given Sunday, Saturday, any day of the week where when football is being played, you're gonna see people give those penalties. Is it a penalty? It's subjective. Is it a soft penalty? Yes. Is it a penalty in its own? Yes. At the end of the day, Mo Salah was sent to the penalty line after Rob Holding made a mistake. You know what I mean? But what happened after Rob Holding takes out Jota? What happens? Mo Salah steps up, and my God, I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe my eyes what happened next. I could not believe my eyes what happened next. I'm so sorry, guys, that I haven't added you yet. I'm going to add you guys the moment I break everything down. I couldn't believe my eyes what happened next. Mo Salah shot the ball left. What, on what planet does Mo Salah miss penalties like this? Only recently has he started missing penalties like this. We got lucky. We got lucky, ladies and gentlemen. We got lucky. We got lucky. We got lucky. You know how people say we get lucky sometimes? This time we got lucky. People saying Stonewall penalty, Holding ran through the back of Jota's leg. You know what? If it wasn't given, ask yourself if they would have reversed it. If it wasn't given, ask yourself if they wouldn't have reversed it. I'm happy with the trajectory we've been in the last year. That's true. Egal, talk about how we should have had another penalty. I don't know which penalty you're talking about. Are you talking about the one where I think Rob Holding or Kieran Tierney pulled Salah and then let go at the end of the game? Yeah, that's true. You could have had another penalty. That's true. You could have had another penalty, but Mo Salah missed his penalty, and when Mo Salah missed, that was it for Liverpool for that. They couldn't score from there. But they were lucky that Mo Salah brought it back in the first place. They were lucky that Mo Salah made it equal in the first place. That game, to be honest, it got feisty. It got feisty, and the reason why it got feisty was because of Xhaka and Trent Alexander-Arnold. They made the game feisty. They got it. They got into each other's faces. It got interesting, and that was one of the reasons why you guys got back into the game. But Mo Salah missing that shot and making it go wide, it really, really did think that I really did think we were going to push on from there. I really did think we were going to push on from there, but we didn't. It was unfortunate. We didn't push on from there. We didn't do what I thought we were going to be able to do from that point onwards. And it became a situation where the second half was where I thought we needed Ramsdale more than ever in a game. We never needed Ramsdale so much. Ramsdale made save after save. Moving on to Ramsdale now. Sorry, guys. Moving on to Ramsdale now. Where's Ramsdale's saves? Let me show you guys Ramsdale's saves because Ramsdale made some crazy saves, and I mean crazy saves. We have to give Ramsdale a round of applause in the chat. People in the chat, big up Ramsdale right now because what he did today, he carried us in that second half. The defense was conceding chances left, right, center. If it wasn't for Ramsdale, people talking about referees, we're going to get onto the referee. The referee's a joke anyways. We're going to bring on the panel to talk about the referee. But Ramsdale, credit to Ramsdale. He saved us against Nunez one-on-one. He saved us. Mo Salah chance. He saved us at the end. He should be the number one goalkeeper for England, 110%. Aaron Ramsdale stood on his head. The guy deserves all the credit in the world for the performance that he put in today. I don't think he gets enough credit for what he already does on a week-to-week basis or a month-to-month basis or a game-to-game basis. But today, he deserves the utmost respect, especially from rival fans. You've seen what he brings to the table today. You've seen what he does. Yo, wait, Egal. I want to give props to your player, Ramsdale. Amazing. My God, I was wrong about Ben White. Great player also. Big up. People saying Ramsdale. Egal, did you ask Luke Ayling penalty again? Jesus, last week. I don't want to remember and ask. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. If you're saying it's a penalty based on the fact that to leave consistency. But I'm just saying that sometimes it's not given, sometimes it is given. Sometimes it's not given, sometimes it is given. Remember the Southampton game? Not given. Remember Matoma the other day? The referee made a mistake? Not given. Sometimes it's given, sometimes it's not given. Even though, you know what? I'm just going to be fair here. It's a penalty on the end of the day, but I'm just butthurt. It is what it is. We keep it moving. All right, we got there at the end, right? Now, finally, I'm going to bring in the panel, but before I bring in the panel, I'm just going to say one more thing. One more thing before we bring on the panel and we do the player ratings today. Roberto Firmino. I hate this guy. I hate this guy with a passion. Roberto Firmino. I don't like this guy. Yo, big up my guy, Kajoa Train 26. Hey, I just want to say you're the best. Big up to you, man. Really do appreciate it. Iga, how is the standard rising now? Anfield, a draw at Anfield is considered a bottle. Bro, it's crazy, Erwin. It's crazy, Erwin. But the reason why it's considered a bottle is because we're in a title race. If we weren't in a title race, it wouldn't be considered a bottle. That is the reality of the situation, right? So yeah, I'm gonna add you guys one by one and speak to you guys. There's 4 of you guys backstage. I'm gonna speak to you guys one by one. But before I do that, I'm just gonna say Roberto Firmino is a nuisance. The guy has now scored 11 goals against Arsenal. This is the second most a player has ever scored against Arsenal. Only Robbie Fowler has more goals for Liverpool against Arsenal than Roberto Firmino. Roberto Firmino is forever a nuisance in our side, and in a game that we could have won, Roberto Firmino really, really, really made it his, and he stopped us from winning this game. Now, I just want to take you guys back quickly. One quick last thing before we go on to the panel. Imagine a world. Remember Michael Thomas? It's up for grabs now. Michael Thomas, it's up for grabs now. 98, Arsenal. We almost had a similar situation. Gabriel Martinelli makes the pass to Bukayo Saka. Somehow, some way, if he gets the ball in the vicinity of Bukayo Saka and the goal in here, Bukayo Saka most likely will be in and he'll be able to score. But unfortunately, the ball goes from here, somehow gets too close to the box. And by the time that ball reaches Bukayo Saka, it is already too late. I am telling you guys, till the last dying seconds of the game, we had an opportunity to win. Until the last dying seconds of the game, they had an opportunity to win. This was a 50-50 game. The draw was a fair result. It is what it is. We have to move. We can't stick on it for too long. You know what I mean? Bro, you're actually one of the best football YouTubers who talks sense. Well done. Big up to you, man. I appreciate it. A lot of people don't say nice things about me. People laughing. Xhaka wasn't great. People saying Xhaka wasn't great. I think Xhaka's being scapegoated. I really do believe Xhaka's being scapegoated. at this point. I even deleted my tweet because I felt like I was too harsh on Xhaka. He was one of the better midfielders on the day. He wasn't that bad. I think the only reason why people are getting at him is because somebody pushed him on the back and he got in their face. You would do that too. That's just the reality. Yo, Saracen, what's going on? We got MJ, what's going on? We got Thomason, what's going on? We got Josh, what's going on? Before you guys go, just I'm gonna mute your mics, guys. If you're not speaking, please don't unmute your mics, just in case there's background noise, right? So we'll go to Saracen first because he was here first. Saracen, take it away, man. How you feeling?
Oh, bro, that's how I feel right now. I just feel so feel deflated. I feel I don't know, man. It's so my head's still not round that game. It's one of them ones that I have to have a good sleep. Do you know what I mean? Because there's two Liverpools, and this is what people don't understand. There's two Liverpools. There's the Liverpool that are 29 points behind us. There's a Liverpool that are absolutely crap and that were in the first 40 minutes we should have annihilated it, put the game to bed. And then there's the Liverpool that were competing for, four honours last season, and they nearly got there. There's the Liverpool that smashed Man United 7-0. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever it was. And that Liverpool turns up every now and then. Unfortunately, turned up in the second half, and we did really well to almost hold on. But then at the same time, this is what I'm thinking. I feel like we gave them too much respect. When their confidence is down, and when we're on top of it, Odegaard, Partey, control that game, Xhaka, just go there and just finish them off. That's the difference with City and the great Barcelona teams. Even if they score, you get the third, you get the fourth, the game's over. The moment you let them back in and you give them a bit of hope and you get defensive, and I don't know, it was so frustrating to watch because 2-0 is obviously, they say it's a difficult lead. Do you go, do you stick, do you twist? But I feel like last year we did this as well, where we become too defensive. And then the second point I'd like to make is we have to, I don't know if we need sports psychologists or what, but the crowd, obviously at Anfield, something else, but it happened at Newcastle last year as well. It happened against Tottenham last year. The crowd plays a part. And, our players are a bit rattled by that. They get too emotional. So I'm worried for that Newcastle game because I think that crowd at Newcastle is going to be really, really difficult. Hopefully, we can get a result at City and we'll still win the league. But I don't know, man. At the moment, if I'm being absolutely honest, I'm really deflated because we're 2-0 up. And I'm like you, bro. We're going to win the league, all of that. We're quite similar like that. We're passionate kind of
Bro,
guys. You know what
2-0 up. 2-0 up. I said, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. I'm literally
I
yelling
mean?
up and
That's
down
it.
in my
Yeah.
house. I tweeted it out. I'm starting to tweet people, haha, you thought Anfield was tough. Bro,
Yeah.
they came back and scored 2 goals. I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell? And big up to this comment here, Social Joins. Big up to you, Social Joins. I haven't seen you in the chat recently. He's saying, I'm fuming. Xhaka's idiotic cost us the game. He doesn't commit the foul. Yeah, they don't quickly attack and see out the first half. He cost a lot. He lost his composure big time. I agree. He lost his composure. But let me go to the next person, Thomason. Let me know. Do you agree that he cost us? He cost us that goal. You're on. You're not on mute. I unmuted you.
Yeah, yeah. He did a bit because he shouldn't have lost his head because we were doing so well. We were causing Liverpool problems. They couldn't even cope with us. And Xhaka, he's done well for us all season, but he needs to stop doing this because this is going to cost us points, games, everything. He needs to keep his cool in it because he keeps doing this week in week out because it's pissing me off. So I'm thinking, just let Trent do his business. Just leave him alone. Trent shouldn't have gotten in his face, but
Oh,
yeah, I think he
sorry,
needs to
Tom.
keep his cool
It
for me,
just
Xhaka.
I'm
But
just
yeah,
having audio issues.
but he
Maybe
played well.
try not using the headphones. I'm not sure what's going on with your audio. It's just not sounding. It's not sounding crisp. I'm struggling to hear you. It's like it's crackly. So yeah, just try jumping back in. Okay. No worries, my guy. We got MJ Gooner in the house. MJ Gooner. I'm just gonna ask you quickly. Everyone in the comment section, let me know. Title race is still on. We're not losing it from here. But are you worried now? And what did you think about the game? Also,
That
sorry.
race is still
Continue.
on. I definitely think the title race is still on without question. To me, I think on the balance of the way the game panned out with opportunities and stuff, I think today is a point gained as opposed to 2 points dropped, personally, based on the penalty miss, the two opportunities with Nunez one-on-one, and then the Konate one at the end. I think on that, looking at that, based on other chances we had, the only other chance I think we had was the Gabriel header, and then obviously the potential chance towards the end with Martinelli passing through to Saka. One thing I haven't seen anyone pick up on Twitter or anywhere. I've been on a couple of other watching a couple of other shows. We play West Ham next week, so if we win that, obviously expecting City to beat Leicester, it'll still be 6 points. But when we play City, we will have played another game, and they wouldn't. So we could go into that City game 9 points clear of them. And to me, that puts a lot of pressure on City to actually beat us, as opposed to us needing to win. We can, obviously, I want us to win, don't get me wrong, at City, but we don't have to win in that regard. So I think a lot of people haven't picked up on that because they haven't looked that far ahead yet. But we could actually go into that City game 9 points ahead of Man City, and I think that's quite telling. Depending on obviously how their games go against Bayern Munich, are they still in the Champions League, that kind of thing. So I think that's one thing that I've not seen anybody pick up on yet.
Fair enough.
Which I think could be quite telling.
Fair enough. Let me just go to the comments quickly. 1 point gain or 2 points dropped. One person here is saying 1 point is decent, excellent, mate. These guys are not good, and we're drawing these kick and rush merchants. Another person here is saying 2 points dropped. We were 2-0 up at halftime. Anfield since 2012. Not to mention Salah missed a penalty. Somebody said 100% 2 points lost. What the F? That's a Chelsea fan, of course. So I'm not sure if they're always going to just say that. Again, the same old see the title side, game point, and then win the title. Fergie is famous for that. Okay. Just before Ben comes in, Ben's in the house. Ben, I'm just going to mute you for a second. Yo, Josh, talk to me. How you feeling, bro?
Honestly, I'm so deflated.
No energy at all?
Nope. I'm pissed. Honestly, how have we thrown away? Honestly, how are we throwing away? Honestly, honestly, this Liverpool team is so dead. How have we not beaten them?
I feel like we all feel the same way. We all look at this Liverpool team and say to ourselves, how did we lose to them? But the reality is they've only lost to Real Madrid and they've only lost to Leeds at home this season. Even Napoli came to their house and struggled to get a draw. Rob Holding is effing shit. That bum played 2 games this season, either gave away a penalty or got a red. That's not true. That's not true.
Bro, when are we ever going to beat Liverpool Anfield? When are we actually going to go to Anfield and beat them? Because now it's going to carry on to next season. Now we've got 10 games in a row when we literally lost.
We're only going to get better, guys. It's not all doom and gloom. I get it that it's upsetting. Josh, but it's not all doom and gloom. We still are 6 points ahead of City. We still didn't lose the game. Really and truly, we could have easily lost the game if it wasn't for Ramsdale. But yeah, let's see if Tommy's audio is better right now. Tommy, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Talk to me, man. Tell me how you feel.
Guys, Liverpool were there for the taking. I thought we should have got 3 points. But obviously going to Anfield's tough. And to be honest, first half, we absolutely battered them. They couldn't cope with us. We absolutely dominate that midfield. They couldn't cope with us. This Liverpool team were there for the taking. We should have pammed them 3 or 4-0. This Liverpool team are weak. We should have battered them. But then second half, why did we go defensive second half? We went too defensive. I'm blaming Arteta. Why take off Odegaard? Why? And we lost the control of the midfield. We went too defensive second half. Liverpool we're the better team. We could have lost if it wasn't for Ramsdale. Should have been 4-2 to Liverpool. We were lucky Ramsdale saved us because we would have been 4-2 down. And why go defensive? Why didn't we play the same way and attack these lot? These lot are shit, bruv. They are absolutely shit. They're not getting top four, and we should have ended their top four hopes. And you know what? It was a good game, but like I said, going to Anfield's not tough. Like I feel like it's 2 points dropped, but a point. It's not the end of the world. It is what it is. I'll take a point. I don't think the title's over. I think we can still go on and win it as long as we get something against Man City. Then we can go on to win the league. But and Xhaka, I love the guy, but he needs to keep his cool in it. He does this every time, week in week out, loses his head. Yeah, Trent is an idiot. Trent shouldn't have got in his face. But Xhaka, just keep it cool. We're playing well. This at Anfield, where we usually always get hammered in them now. But why lose it again? Just keep it cool. This is what annoys me about Xhaka. He loses his head every single time. But at the end of the day, we played well. I think a point's not bad. But like I said, second half, we shouldn't have gone. We played too defensive. I'm blaming Arteta for this. We shouldn't have.
We're going to talk about that in a second. Ben, what are you saying? Are you blaming Arteta today? Are you blaming the players? Who's to blame for the draw?
Isn't it funny that we've gone to Anfield and Liverpool fans feel like they've won the game and they're happy for drawing, and we're not, and it's normally we're getting battered by about 4-0 at least. Xhaka is not to blame for the draw. Okay, he got in Trent's face, but who would have known that would have happened after? I'm not blaming a player for drawing a game because he got a bit emotional on the pitch. If it done a wayward tackle, if it had missed, if it had let someone through, yeah, fair play. If he got a red card for it, I might have blamed him, but I'm not going to blame him for getting in the face. Nobody knew that was going to happen. It's like last year when everyone was blaming Arteta the other season for getting the Anfield crowd going. You don't know that's going to happen that way. It could have quite easily gone the other way. Xhaka's been one of our best players of the season, and today I still think he was one of the best players on the pitch. Even after that, he was one of the best midfielders on the pitch. I think he was better than Partey. Partey was okay, but I don't think he was as good as what he normally is. Odegaard was working hard, but he wasn't doing what he was doing. I think what happened is the crowd obviously got going, and I'm not blaming Xhaka for that, but they just got up. They could have rolled over and died then at 2-2, and you've got to give credit to. I think it's not just on us. I think you've got to give credit to Liverpool. Liverpool have been bad, but they're still a very good team. They've still got world-class players, and they pulled themselves together and got back in that game. And I don't think we was expecting that for them to get back in the game. And I think, as well, to blame Arteta for the substitutions, I always think it's quite funny that people blame the manager for doing stuff wrong, because we've all got hindsight, remember? So in that game, everyone's saying they shouldn't have brought that Kivior on. We're going too defensive. I tell you what, if we didn't go too defensive, we'd have probably still conceded a goal, and everyone would have gone, "Why didn't he bring on an extra defender?" It's just that's the way that football goes. So you can't just keep blaming. That's just how the game went. I don't think you can just. I don't think every time a football game doesn't go your way, you can go, "Oh, it's this fault, it's that fault." They were just good on the day, and we got unlucky. I think Arteta was clearly trying to get Tierney on. If Tierney had come on, I don't know if Trent would have got through. Trust Trent to turn up and actually have a decent game today. I mean, he started off bad, but he became quite good at. He was getting the ball, and he was doing very well today. He was quite dangerous today. But listen, we got a point. We're still in the race, and you know what? I'm disappointed to get a draw because we were 2-0 up. But I'm not going to start kicking off because we've got a point, right? And you don't know if it's going to be 2 points dropped or a point gained. If it comes to the end of the season and we're 2 points adrift off Man City, or or goal difference, yeah, we can blame it's 2 points dropped. But if we win by a point by the end of the season, it's a point gained, isn't it? So let's not. we're still in the game. That's all I'm thinking. The game's still there. All we got to do is get ourselves, dust ourselves down, and I'm hoping the players have got angry about that. I hope they've got really peed off about themselves, because every time they've done something like that, they've gone on a good run. So from here and now, they might go on another good run. You know, City. I think we're going to beat City. I still think we're going to draw against City, or beat them. I don't think they're going to beat us. So I'm not worried at the moment. You know, as I say, we used to getting humiliated off Liverpool. We didn't today, and you know, and thanks to Arteta for getting us where we are at the moment. I think we need to be bigging him up a lot more, and Xhaka.
You know what? I think you've said everything that needed to be said. There's just one more person that was jumping on, but his screen just keeps freezing. Kevin, are you there? Okay, no, he's not there. Guys, who's your man of the match? Because this was a game where you look at the goal scorers and you say to yourself, other than the goals, did you feel like that they impacted the game as much? Jesus, actually, he did a really good job majority of the game. Martinelli worked his socks off. He was just quite poor at the end. Egal, do you like Tottenham? What? What kind of question are you asking?
Obviously not. It's Spurs. Spurs are shit, man.
That keyboard guy is a young Pablo Mari. Come on now. Come on now.
I think
Come on now. Come on now. You guys have seen that video? Chelsea, come on now. No, it's not. Like, are we serious? Are we saying Cavor is the next Pablo Mari? Like, this is too early. Anyways, man of the match. Man of the match, we can all agree is Aaron Ramsdale, right?
Ramsdale for me.
100%.
Because we could have been.
There's no debate today.
He saved us.
Ramsdale got the save of the season last year against Leicester. Do you remember that save he made against Leicester last season? Well, those two. Yeah. And he's got the save of the season this year as well. There's no doubt that was the save of the season.
Bro, this game alone, he could have nominations for Save of the Month. In the Salah chance that was deflected. Guys, the Salah chance was deflected.
That's I think that, but I think the other one's even better. Like goal line.
Mid-diving. The shot gets deflected. Mid-diving. And he still gets
either of them, really. Either of them.
Crazy.
I think if he doesn't get
the chance, I could show it to you again. It was ridiculous.
Yeah,
are you talking about the one in the 94th minute, right?
Yeah, the clearance.
Well, the Salah one for me was just unreal, bro. That was just like.
See, the Salah
what do you think of the Nunez one? I thought that was important also early in the game.
A good stop, but I feel Nunez should do better.
Okay.
Nunez was
what about this one? Most people don't touch that.
Did you hear the commentary from Gary Neville? Gary Neville and what's his name? Carragher. That's how you know how good of a save.
Well, Gary Neville said that.
I think the one after that, towards the end of the match where it was off the line, that to me, I'm not very emotional normally, but I'll launch I'll launch some stuff across the room when so I thought this. But that had a little bit of David vibes, you know, from the
Seaman versus Middlesbrough.
Sheffield United.
Yeah, almost like that. Right
Sheffield United FA Cup off the line.
It was just like, I know it was right at him, but it was still like.
What was Konate thinking trying to chest it?
I don't know. That's a defender for you, right?
Just kick it.
Egal, ask the people in the panel. For me, the first save was better. Number one.
Yeah, for me the first. Yeah, for me the first one's a save, whereas that's more of a block. If that makes sense.
Yes. Exactly. The first one is just unreal. It took a double deflection, remember? A double deflection.
The deflection off Gabriel's back looped even higher, didn't it?
Bro,
look at how can you stretch that high? How can you stretch that high?
Well, Gary Neville said that could be title winning save. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? We gotta take a second.
Ask the people in the panel, one or two.
Everyone in the comment section, let me know which one you thought was more crazy, the first save or the second. I thought, you know what? Shout out to Ramsdale. Shout out to Martinelli. His goal was important.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you don't give man of the match to Ramsdale, I think the other one would be Martinelli because setting up the goal for Jesus plus his goal as well. But I think Ramsdale edges it based on the saves really.
Yeah, thank you for these incredible videos, bro. Thank you. You too flattering, man. The first save. People saying both. Let me ask you guys this: did you see Jesus' skill left
Oh.
Thiago Alcantara for dead?
That was mad.
I
Yeah.
was like, yo, that
What-
pass. I thought we were gonna score from it. It was too
what-
beautiful
what-
of a move. Imagine we scored from that move.
Yeah. What about when
man.
Saka turned Konate and Trent in the box? Did you see that later on? Like the way he just
You
it's
know
just to
what?
say
Before
nothing
we
came
get
of it.
before we get into
It's
the title
right,
race,
but for it not coming, for not actually doing anything in the end. It was thumping the floor and that. It was well angry at that. There was nobody there, like. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
we got to talk about one more person.
Egal, let me just say
Paul-
thank you, bro. Let me
Paul
just say thank
Tierney.
you.
Guys, we got to
Egal,
talk about one more
Egal,
person.
Egal, I gotta
What?
say thank you though. I gotta say I was feeling so down after that game, man. Like I'm saying, feels like therapy, man. Look at me, man. This feels
Nah,
like
this
therapy.
is what it is, man. This
It's
is
a
what we
release.
do,
It's release,
This
isn't
is
it?
what
It's a
we
release.
do. Right?
Like and subscribe. Like and
Let's
subscribe
talk about
to
this
the
clown.
Game Show.
Time to talk
Yeah.
about the clown.
Oh yeah,
Time
Paul
to
Tierney.
talk.
Tierney.
Time to talk about the clown. The clown of the day, Paul Tierney. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Tierney in this game
Idiot.
gave away a yellow card to Ben White.
That was the maddest one. The Ben
He
White
gave
one.
a yellow card to Granit
Paul
Xhaka
Tierney.
in the 37th minute for the Trent situation. He gave a yellow card to Aaron Ramsdale for not staying on his line during the penalty and going to talk to his teammate.
Saka for time wasting
He
at the
gave
corner.
a yellow card to Saka for time wasting in the 87th minute, 84th minute, right? And just to let you guys know, on fouls for this game, if I'm not mistaken, Liverpool had more fouls than us, but yet they only got 4 yellow cards to R4. And overall, I felt like this was an extremely physical game where the referee kind of lost control of the game. But this game,
100%.
Liverpool bossed us, guys. As much as we want to make fun of the referee was incompetent. He couldn't control the game. He messed up early. The reason why the game got out of hand was because of him. And by the time it got out of hand, he started doing some madness. Whenever that penalty came, he was going to always give it.
No, I don't think Liverpool. Here's the thing about Liverpool bossing us. He played a massive part in this game, and I'll tell you why. Because when we were attacking them, the amount of fouls Konate did in that first half, the amount of Van Dijk, obviously Van Dijk should have, I don't know, that should have been EVH
Yo,
or
one
whatever.
second.
What he did
Someone
on
said
Martinelli.
you look like Thomason. Yo, Kevin is in the house. Big up Kevin. But yo, just before we continue, does he look like him?
Leave my beard out of it, man. I leave my
They don't
beard
look
out.
alike. What are you talking about?
Leave my beard
They
out.
don't look alike.
Leave
They
my
don't look
beard
alike, Thunder Rose. They don't look alike. But yo,
out.
Kevin.
Black, you moron, man.
Nah, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Kevin, what's going on?
Dickhead, bro.
Yeah. So I just wanted to add on and say that I don't necessarily think that the penalty was the right call. I see that a lot of fans, even Arsenal fans, are trying to say that like it makes sense. However, when you look back at it, at least from the view that I had at the pub, like neither of them had the ball. Where it was bounced off. Rob Holding didn't have the ball. Jota didn't have the ball. So Jota turns around. They're both running towards it, and they trip over each other. I have no idea how that ends up as a penalty because it could have been a foul on Holding the same. It could have been a foul on Jota.
It's a tangle of legs.
Yeah.
It looked like he catched the back of his heel.
Yeah.
No, and I know that there is contact. That's not up for debate. It's just whether or not like that. Like
What
they were
about
both
this
going
image?
forward.
What about this image? Look at his knee. Look at Rob Holding's knee.
If you look a few frames before that, just a few frames before that, neither of them have the ball.
It's two players coming together for me, and I mean,
Can I ask if it was at the other end of the pitch and it was the other way around, what would you be thinking then?
I would want a penalty.
I wouldn't have an issue.
It's a penalty. If you're looking by the laws of the game, it's a penalty.
It's
a soft penalty. It's a penalty.
Listen, I was butthurt earlier. I was trying to find loopholes around how I could say it without sounding like an absolute idiot. But the reality is, it is a penalty, guys.
I think I agree with what you said, Egal, earlier in that if it's given, it doesn't get overturned. But if it's not given, it also doesn't get overturned by VAR. So it's one of them decisions where if the ref gives it, it's a penalty. But if he doesn't give it, it's not going to get overturned and given as a penalty.
It is clumsy. It is clumsy. So, guys, now we're gonna have to get into the player ratings. The way we're gonna do the player ratings is we're gonna have the screen up and we go through the player ratings one by one. But is there anything that you guys wanted to touch on the game that I didn't already mention?
I want to talk about Anfield, man, because Liverpool fans, I'm saying now, they're a disgrace, right? Because for 40 minutes, they were quiet, not even a peep. And then they get the little scuffle with Xhaka and Trent, like they get a little bit up. And then when they scored, from that point on, it was like they'd all woken up. It's just mad to me. Like they talk about their famous atmosphere and all this, but they were dead for 40 minutes.
I think I would just like to say in reaction to that. Obviously, I'm not a Liverpool fan or anything like that, but I think they've been playing so dead for the last few games. Chelsea, absolute rubbish. You know,
but Chelsea
City
was away.
annihilated. Obviously,
Both away games, though.
both away games, but I can see why they're deflated. Like 29 points behind us. Do you know what I mean? They haven't had a good season. But the problem is, this is where I probably disagree with Ben. Obviously, I love Granit Xhaka. I sing Granit Xhaka songs on AFTV and everything. But I do think when you have people like Roy Keane, Gary Neville saying that, you know, Anfield is that sort of magical place that the moment the crowd get in, and I'm sure last year Arteta did fire out, it seeps the energy, and they're a very emotional team, very emotional. The moment that kind of light is ignited, they can be one of the best teams in the world. Liverpool, you know what I mean?
But why should it take something like that to get you up for a game? I'm sorry, but
they're
just
like that. They always
trash.
like
that doesn't happen at the Emirates.
Do you think it was a situation? Do you think it was a situation where it was like, you know what, they just caught us on the counter at the right time, or do you think it was literally that the fans pushed them on to get that goal? Because I kind of feel like that's a little cliche.
I think they got a bit lucky. I think they got a little bit lucky with the first goal, to be honest.
Maybe, but 1 minute 36 seconds later, there has to be a factor. You know, the 1 minute 36 because we were completely.
Oh no, I'm not saying it wasn't a factor, but just they were quiet.
I think we did this to ourselves.
Xhaka could have done that in another game, right? We could have gone on one, and we'd have all been praising Xhaka for having a bit of, you know, having a bit of passion in the game. That sort of thing goes one way or the other. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it did contribute, but I don't want a player to stop playing the way he does because the crowd might change. Do you know what I mean? That's just you can't do anything about the crowd. Do you know what I mean? And it's
I think you can though, Ben. I think you can.
You know, he kicked out at him. He's gonna react. He can't. You know,
This is one place you got to be smart. You got to be smart. This is where you got to. Rodri gets loads of fouls. He's very emotional. Certain games, you watch Rodri, he'll just run away and just walk off. This is where we kind of have to evolve as a team. You know, it's a process, and like, you know, anyone that says you know, there's a gentleman on the panel.
You get ridiculed.
Well, no, but one thing, you know, there's people who are cussing Mikel Arteta, King Arteta, yeah, but this is what the process is. We're disappointed that we've come out of Anfield with 1 point. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If people don't see the process, this is the process.
But that's how far we've come, though. That's what you got to think. That's how far we've come. You've got to see how far we've come. We've come out of Anfield. Normally, we've come out of Anfield, and we'd all be talking now about a 7-0, 4-0 loss.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times about that place? And
It's actually a good point,
important, guys.
It's a good point.
1 second.
Stop playing.
We can't lose the next game now. The City game is now the most important game of the season, and it was always going to be a title decider. But now it's even more pressure on that game. Now that game means even more to us. Now that game means must win more than ever. And I'm just like looking at everything and I'm saying to myself, we have had a lot of things go our way. We've had a lot of things go against us, but everything is still within our hands. We get anything from that City game, we still win the league. We don't get anything from that City game. Boy,
I disagree. For me, the City game doesn't scare me, Egal. I'll tell you what game scares me: the Newcastle game away.
Yeah, Newcastle away is going to be tough.
That's the one that scares me.
Side.
I feel we can beat City. I think Newcastle away is going to be that one that
I think
the
thing we've got to remember, as I said a little bit earlier, we can go into that City game 9 points ahead based on the fixtures, the way they fall, because We play Southampton the weekend after next, but Man City don't play in the league because they've got their semi-final in the FA Cup. So we can go into City 9 points clear. If we either draw with them or even beat them, we then go 12 points clear heading into Newcastle. Or I think it's Chelsea, then Newcastle or whatever.
Yeah, we'll beat Chelsea.
So, do you see? I think beat West Ham next weekend, and then go into Southampton at home, beat them. We then go into the City game at least 9 points clear. Even though we'd have played 2 games more than City, I still think that's a telling factor, because that means City, if City lose to us, that's 12 points at that point. Yes, they'll still have two games in hand, but the psychological process of 12-point gap.
Yeah, no, it's a great point, and it'll take the pressure off the Newcastle game as well, if that is the case. However, we lose to City, then that Newcastle game, it's just, last year, bro. I'm still not over that one, man. I'm still not over that last year.
You're all getting ahead of yourself so far.
You can't afford to lose to Man City.
Our most important game is the next game. It doesn't matter about
West Ham away.
That's true.
Now,
we'll beat West Ham. West Ham are whack.
We can't take them lightly.
They're fighting for their lives.
Egal, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Do you sit there? I sit there at work every single day looking at the fixtures. What if this happens? I know you shouldn't be supposed to do it. I'm just that guy. Every day I'm looking at the fixtures. I can tell you all the fixtures, what time they start, everything. Do you know what I mean? Or if we win this, I do it, Paul. You know when you're that close, you're that I'm just an emotional guy.
You're that connected,
I'm so connected.
That's us as fans doing that. But the players, what they need to be doing is winning the next game, because we don't want to think about a City game going, because if you think about a City game, I think that's what happened before. We were thinking about a City game too much. We lost the game. We didn't play in the next the 2 games beforehand as well. Do you know what I mean? We need to think about the next game. Win the next game. Once we win it, go on to the next game. We can only do it 1 game at a time. There's no point right now. We've got 1 game a week. If we could lose the next 3 games and win City, and then we're still going to lose the league, aren't we? So, do you know what I mean? We need the games that we know
to
win.
lose 3 games, man. That's gonna man.
That's what you're gonna do, innit?
But our games are a lot harder than City.
Beat West Ham, Southampton,
Newcastle.
With Man
Is a hard game. Every game from now on is a hard game. It's a cup final every game.
Yeah,
we have
to go to St James's Park and win.
Yeah, our fixtures are a lot harder than theirs.
I disagree with that.
Southampton as well. We don't do that well against Southampton. Don't forget, Southampton are a bogey team for us. We've slipped up with Southampton so many times.
This is at home, though. We always beat them at home. Come on.
I disagree that our fixtures are harder.
Hamza's den. Well. What the hell are people talking about? Listen, guys, we're gonna talk about City. We're gonna talk about City when it's time to talk about City. For now, I'm going to do the player ratings. I'm just going to tell you guys. I want to ask, the way it's going to work is I'm going to ask one of you guys to give me your player ratings for that player. And if somebody disagrees, we keep it moving. Okay? So we're going to go 1 by 1. Right? Ready?
Sorry, mate. I'm going to go on this one because my battery's going to run out anyway.
No worries, bro. You have a good one. Okay?
Right, cheers, mate. Thank you. See ya.
Peace out.
See you later, mate.
Okay. Everyone ready?
Yep.
So first is Ramsdale. Ramsdale gets an 8. I don't know about guys. 8.
I agree.
9.
I don't think he can do more.
Same of the same season, bro.
I say 8 because we conceded 2. I know we.
Yeah, I agree.
Not really at
he
fault.
Conceded 2. That's the only reason why he doesn't get a 10.
I think he put off Mo Salah. I think he put off Mo Salah for the penalty as well. If you see what
the penalty was Mo Salah's fault, not his.
No, he put
that
off.
That was just shocking from Salah. I'm sorry.
You got a yellow.
People saying 9.
No, I say 8 because we conceded 2 goals, man.
Weren't really his fault.
I know it wasn't his fault, but it's still like 8. I think 8's fair.
All right, we're going to go in the middle, 8.5, because the comment section is also overruling us. So 8.5. Oh, they gave him a 10. Arspot gave him a 10. Ben White. I didn't see nothing wrong with Ben White really today. He got a yellow card, and that's really
I'll
it.
give him a 7. I think he played
I'll
well.
say 6.
7 for me.
7 for me.
6.5.
I'll give him a 7.
I'll be happy. I don't mind 7, but 6 for me.
He played well today.
Yes. I'd say 7. He would have got 8 if the referee hadn't given him that stupid yellow card because he was attacking at that point.
He's a shit ref, Paul Tierney.
Yo,
Shit. He's a prick, man.
He's from that area as well. He's the one that got rid of Holding last year in that Tottenham game when Son elbowed him.
He's
Anyway.
referees. Paul
He's an idiot.
Tierney.
He
Good
dealt with
referee.
Jota. That's true. He dealt with Jota. I'm gonna give him a 7.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
fair.
give him a 7.
Give him a
Rob
7.
Holding,
Give him a
6.5.
I'll say 7.
He gave
7.
away a penalty.
Apart
Yeah.
from that penalty, tell me what he did wrong.
That's why I'm giving him a 6.5. I can't put him on the same level as the
I
guys who were
I
scoring.
think I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, no,
He gave away that pass in the first half as well. That could have led to a goal.
Yeah,
That was a
okay,
really
6.5.
sloppy goal.
He was
6.5 then.
he was
I'll say
defending so
6.
fair play to
Bro, do you know what? He just hasn't got the composure of a Saliba. He just
Let me
hasn't
know
got
in the
that
comment
composure.
section what you guys saying, people. 6 or 6.5. People saying 6. People saying 7.
6.
I'll give Holding a 7.
Yeah, you
6.5.
see, that's the thing.
gotta be
It's
6.
6s and 7s. So we're gonna go 6.5. He
Yeah.
was decent though. He was decent. Gabriel Magalhaes was another solid player. I
7.5.
think give him
8.5.
7.5.
8. I thought he was fantastic today. I'll give him an 8.
That's
Yeah.
where
7.5.
we disagree.
7.5.
7.5 for me.
8 for
Me
me.
too.
8.
7.5.
I'm giving him a 7.5. Yo,
Yeah.
people in the chat, make sure you hit that like button and get involved. Let us know what your ratings are going to be. I think this is too slow, so I need to speed up the chat because the chat is too slow right now. How do I speed it up? 1 second. Live reply, live reaction. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So try to speed up the reaction a little bit quicker. People saying 8.5 for Gabriel Magalhaes. 9s. Yo, people are giving him high ratings.
No, you
He was our
can't
best
give him a
center back
9.
today.
People are saying
Best-
Gabriel better than Ramsdale. How does that make sense?
Holding
No,
a
you can't.
Ramsdale's man of the match. Come on.
Yeah,
Ramsdale
man,
gets to
man.
8, so he gets 7.5.
I'll give
Zinchenko was poor.
6.5 for me for Zinchenko.
I'm giving
His
Zinchenko
record-
the same about Holding or maybe even lower.
I'll give
I'd probably
Zinni
give lower.
I'll give him a 6.
6. I'd take 6, 6.5.
6 is
No
fair.
more than that.
I think he needs to improve a little bit. And why was he crying after the match? No one will know.
That good.
I mean,
Defensively,
he cost us that last goal.
shocking defensively, Zinni.
Do you know he's brilliant going
Today he
forward?
was.
Brilliant at home. Brilliant
Going
going forward.
forward
But defensively, he's not that great.
Properly.
Can you really say he cost us that last goal?
Enough. Defensively.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
but
think
it's
so.
not really his fault. I think Arteta should have subbed him Tierney in like 10 to 15 minutes before. He would have been better defensively anyways. But just getting torn up apart by Salah like that, yeah, it's gonna have to be.
Salah absolutely ripped him to shreds,
Yeah,
man.
I'm gutted for him, honestly. I'm disappointed for him.
It went through his
midfield-
legs.
Guys, this is my take on the midfield. 6 for Odegaard,
Odegaard
7
gets a
for
6.
Xhaka,
Xhaka gets a 7.
6.5 for Partey.
6.5 for Partey, 7 for Xhaka, and I say
Partey, he was
6.5 for Odegaard as well.
Literally, they gave Odegaard the same as Xhaka. What's going on? And the
No,
same
not
as
for
Partey.
me.
They gave all of them the same rating. Are you kidding me?
Not for
Are
me.
you kidding me?
6.5 for Partey
I give him a
and for
6.
Odegaard. Xhaka 7 for me.
How do people rate Partey as the highest midfielder in this game?
I don't know.
I didn't think he was that great today, but
That's crazy. Bukayo Saka wasn't that great today either.
he was poor.
6.
Love him,
6.
but he was poor. He was poor today. He was so
6?
poor, man.
6
Let me
for
know,
me.
people.
I'll give him a 5.
Nah,
A
that's
5?
5 is
No,
That's
we gotta go to
harsh.
the comment section for this one.
He was
Yo,
poor
guys
today.
in the comments,
Wasn't
Bukayo
really-
Saka. What are you giving
It was
Bukayo
just
Saka?
too poor today. It was just poor today for me. I'll
A
give him a
4
6.
for Saka. Wow.
6.
no way.
He wasn't good today. He was poor today, man.
6
I'll
A
give
for
him
me.
4
5.
for Saka.
He wasn't to his usual level, but he was still beating some players. He had that chance at the end where he
Yeah, he was. He had that
Gotta
chance.
give
Yo,
him
but
Saracen, what are you saying? Yeah, I'm doing vibes from the 6. It's
He
gonna
was
be at
poor. He
10
was poor.
o'clock.
He was poor
Immediately
today,
after
Saka.
this stream, I'm gonna do vibes from the 6 at 10 o'clock. But yeah, what you saying, man?
6 for Saka for me.
Yeah, me too. 6.
6 is perfect.
6 is perfect. Perfect. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I feel like Saka's rating is going to be the lowest out of the attackers, but he doesn't deserve to have the lowest rating out of everybody who played. Do you guys agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Because
So
he
if we're
did
gonna
get back
give
defensively.
Zinchenko a 6, we should
I
give him a
think him-
6.5.
No, I think him and
6.5.
Zinni is same score for me.
No, Zini was at fault for that second goal, man. It went through his leg. He
Yeah,
didn't go down
but
properly.
from an attacking point of view, what did Saka really do other than that
Saka,
one?
it wasn't his
sort of
fault that
chance.
he didn't get the pass
Yeah.
perfectly in his feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
other
There
than
was
that,
2
like,
one-on-ones. Martinelli messed up the pass twice.
no, 6 for me. I'm sorry, I've got to be honest. Him and Zinni are the same for me.
For me, 6.5. I just don't think he had enough opportunities.
People are being harsh. Yo, mixed in the house doing his thing. He's
But
saying momentum.
I'm saying 6 based on what we expect
4,
from
wow.
Saka.
Yeah, fair dude. If it's like that, then yeah, that was
Okay, can we
4,
meet
but-
in the middle? Some people saying 4, some people saying 5. So
Give Saka
I
a
guess he's getting a 5 out of 10.
No.
That's
Listen,
crazy.
just for that skill, what he did to Kanate in the second half, you cannot give him
6.
a low.
Oh
You know
yeah,
skill when he
that
turned?
was mad.
That was
Okay,
6 for me.
5.5.
6 for me.
6 for me as well.
5 for me.
No,
There we go.
I'm a Saka
Martinelli.
fanboy.
Martinelli has to get an 8.
7.5.
I'll give Martinelli an
8.
8.
8.
Goal, assist, absolutely ripping them apart. He was
8
the
for me.
main outlet for 90 minutes. And
8 for
defensively,
me.
his contribution was just as good. He was everything that was good about this game.
8 for me.
I would
We
pause
can't
on
give
that
him the same
because
as man of the match.
Yeah.
I say
His second
Ramsdale
half
8.5 then.
was poor compared to
7.5 is fair.
7.5 because he should have done that pass better at the end, man. Otherwise, it would have been.
Then we're saying 7
And
for
Jesus scored a
then.
goal, but he only gets a 7. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
If Martinelli's 7.5, then Jesus has to only be 7.
Yeah. Fair
Miguel,
dude,
the other
fair.
day you were saying you will win at Anfield and the title will be over now. Well, the other day the game wasn't played. Now that we've drawn, it is what it is.
Yeah.
City lost against Liverpool at Anfield, so what can you do?
And still won the league.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
There you go. So 7-0. 7. Why did I say 7-0? Oh, Man United. That's why. Moving on to Trossard. Trossard didn't get enough game time. I don't think 6,
No.
6. Yeah.
Yeah.
5 or 6.
Yeah. 5 or 6.
You know what? And then Caviar and Tierney. Caviar was not that
Average
good. So
5,
3.
5 and I don't
Five,
know. No,
5,
3's
no.
harsh, man.
Tierney
5 and 5.
6.
They didn't have enough time to make any impact.
Yeah. I think.
Tierney.
I mean, although Tierney could have crossed better, that there was.
Tierney could have scored.
Yeah.
So he gets a 6.
Yeah.
Jakob Kabor was not good
5.
defensively. He gets a 4.
What do you mean
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
good
In the
defensively?
short
What did he
time they
do
were
wrong?
there, he didn't
He
do
was
enough.
shocking when he came on.
What did he do wrong?
He nearly got sent off in the first touch.
Yeah,
He almost conceded a
I
goal
give him
too.
4, man.
Yeah,
Listen,
he nearly conceded a goal. Yeah, he's
Maybe
poor.
I'm being
5 for me.
harsh, but I'm willing to
Yeah.
give Kabor a 4. I
So
think
you're
that's
He
fair.
saying
gives me-
Kivior was our worst player today?
Yeah,
What?
because he didn't get enough time. But what we saw of him, bro, it was rubbish. Like,
Bro,
it was,
if you were to ask who was the worst player on the pitch for Arsenal today, it would be Kabor, and he
No,
played
not
like
for
5
me.
minutes.
Not for me.
Okay, fair enough. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it as NA for that one because there's no point. NA, not applicable. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up there just to show you guys what we picked. 7 for Jesus, 7.5 for Martinelli, 6 for Saka, 6 for Odegaard, 7 for Xhaka, 6.5 for Partey, 6 for Zinchenko, 7.5 for Gabriel, 6.5 for Holding, 7 for Ben White, and 8.5 for Ramsdale. You know what? We could have given out an 8 because I realized we gave him 8.5.
9, man. That should be a 9. That was his best game for Arsenal.
Yeah. 9 would fit that as
People
well.
are saying if Caviar wasn't the worst, who was the worst? Was it Zinchenko or
Yeah,
Saka?
for me.
Oh shit. Man saying Zinchenko and Saka are the worst on the pitch. I agree with Zinchenko, not Saka.
Yeah, not
Martinelli was able to have as much fun as he did on the left today because Saka was such a focus for them. It's really harsh to give Saka a bad rating here because he barely do what he usually does.
All we do know is Ramsdale's going to win back-to-back save of the month. So
there you go. Yeah, facts. Big up Tommy for jumping on. Really do appreciate it. Big up Kevin for jumping on. Really do appreciate it. Big up MJ Gunner for coming on. Really do appreciate it. And big up every single one of you guys for watching. I am going to be doing another video at 10 o'clock. I'm going to have Neeks. Mojo is back in the building tonight at 10 o'clock on Vibes from the 6. You're also going to have Alan to talk about Spurs. We're going to have Hamza to talk about Manchester City. And we're going to have Ram to talk about Liverpool. So it's going to be a full house. We're going to have everyone except for Newcastle. I forgot Newcastle today because there's really not much to talk about Newcastle. Routine 2-1 victory for Newcastle. We'll wait until we need to talk about them for them to come on. Saracen, the video is wrapped up. I'm going to wrap it up right now. You have a good one. Thank you for coming on, bro.
Take it, bro.
Just stay backstage for me 2 seconds, okay? And then, yeah, big up everyone. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Make sure you don't forget to check out us at 10 o'clock. Vibes from the 6 is going to be back. It's not going nowhere. And people, hit the goddamn like button. It's free. It don't cost a thing. But you guys don't do it. For some reason, you guys don't do it. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. Hit that like button. Anyways, we're out of here, people. Peace.